Alright, for this I'm going to show you how you can take a standard store-bought water bottle. This is one of those cheap, flimsy ones that you get from Meijer or Walmart or something like that. I'm going to show you how you can use this to boil water. And a lot of us carry Gatorade bottles or pop bottles or 20-ounce water bottles, something with us when we're hunting. Well, something like this can be used to boil water in an emergency. I'm going to show you how. What we got to do, first things first, you're going to take a piece of paracord. I like to. You don't have to. You can actually set this bottle right down into flames as well, too. I like to be able to use it over and over again, so I'll just tie this paracord right around that head, so that way I got something that I can actually support this up with and hold it. So I'll tie it like that, then take the cap off the bottle so it relieves the pressure in there. Set the cap aside, take the bottle, we're going to bring it over here by the fire. Actually, I'm going to bring this in, I'm going to reposition the camera, and then I'll bring you over by the fire and I'll show you. Okay, there's our fire. We're going to take that bottle. We're going to basically set it and dangle it right over these coals, just like this. And let it sit there and let it warm up really good. Like I said, you can actually set this bottle right in there, and it's not going to hurt nothing. But it can warp the bottle and give you fits and stuff, so I like to kind of just dangle it right in there. Usually what I'll do is I'll actually put this on a tripod stick. I'll build a tripod over my fire so that I can hang this from it so I don't have to stand here and hold it and dangle it over there kind of thing. But I'm going to hang in here, hold this for you, and I'll show you what it looks like once it starts boiling. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, I got tired of holding that string. Like I said, normally I hang it on a tripod. So what I've done here, as you can see, is I've actually just put that bottle right down there, right into the coals. And I'm just letting it go that way. So you can see firsthand here, like I said, that it won't melt in the coals. And we'll watch and let it boil from there. Be back in a few as it continues to boil. Well, it's been about 5 minutes now, 8 minutes maybe, and as you can see, it's starting to boil. You can see the top of it there starting to pop a little bit with boiling bubbles. So it's getting pretty close, and as you can tell too, that there's that water bottle still full. Those flames have not burned through that water bottle. Okay, I'm going to show you. We've got a full-blown boiling water bottle. Look at the top of that. See the water boiling out of there? I know the smoke's kind of catching my autofocus, but see that water boiling? That is boiling water in a water bottle, and just a generic store-bought water bottle. That water, now you could take that water, set it, and leave it aside for about 20 minutes, and that would be good to drink. Now I'm going to actually pull this up out of here. That's why I left the rope on, so you can see 100% good, 100% water bottle, boiling water inside of it. You can set it right back into those coals, put it right on the fire. It makes no difference. It's going to, look at it, boiling away like crazy. It does not matter, and it will not hurt that water bottle. You could hold it over top of it and boil them that way. Right in the flames. It doesn't matter. Look at it, see it boiling in there? As long as that cap's off so that the pressure is relieved. Now the top of it, any part where water does come out, may melt and may actually deform and things like that. But you can see that boiling water in a plastic water bottle. Good, ready to drink water. Take it out of there. Set it aside. And you are good to go with drinkable water. So kind of a nice little tip for you on one of the ways that you can use to purify water. If you had to spend a night in the woods and you ran out of something to drink, you could take your water bottle or your pop bottle or anything you got, and you could use it to make yourself good purified drinking water. Now this here is actually the same bottle that we used earlier, and I am boiling another. I poured that water out, poured more fresh water in it, and I'm boiling more water in it again. It's been on here for about 5 minutes, and I got it sitting right over the top of the flames, right in the hot coals there, and you can see it boiling away like crazy. And just goes to show you again that you can keep using it over and over again. So this, if you be careful with it, you can keep the cap off and make sure it stays full of water. It will be a reusable source to be able to boil water with you when you're in the woods. So again, one of those tips and something worth knowing when you're out in the field, since most of us carry a plastic bottle of some sort when we're out there. Okay, for the last part of this, I had to bring it inside because it got too dark outside. But you just saw me boil water 3 times, actually. I think I did it 2. I did it 2, and then I think I did 1 more, but the camera didn't work. But I had 3 times I had boiled water in one of these water bottles to show you that it could be done over and over again, repeatedly. Now, there's some differences here. This bottle will boil water just as well as will a Gatorade bottle or any kind of plastic bottle. It's going to work as long as you keep it full and you take the cap off. The cap has got to come off. And again, I use string on there so that I can pull it in and out of the fire and keep it. If it starts to tip, I can keep tension on it. It doesn't matter, but the thing I want to point out here, the difference between these two is this is great to have, and again, it'll boil water in it. The downside to this is that it's hard to collapse and crush to have in your pack. Now this, even though I usually have a Coke bottle or I have a Gatorade bottle or even a bottle of water, something with me every time I'm hunting, these, what's nice about it is you can actually take this bottle, lay it down, crush it flat, and you can take that. It takes up no space. I carry 2 of these in my backpack at all times, just like this, just crushed up. And then that way I know that if anything bad ever happens or I got to spend a night in the woods, I have a way to get water. I could use this to boil water. Again, having 2 of them is just kind of my anal side coming out, where I like to have, you know, 1 is none, 2 is 1 kind of thing. But they weigh nothing. They take up very little space, and it's always in there as an emergency way to boil water and to get water. This is, like I said, I always have one of these with me, but usually it's full of something and I'm drinking it and throwing it out and getting a new one, or, you know, whatever the case is, and I always have that there. But having 2 of these in there is nice. You take this bottle when you need it. If you're out of this or you didn't have one of these with you, by having this with you in your pack, you take it, blow it up so it's back into shape, fill it with water, and then go ahead and tie your string on there, and you can use it for boiling. And then when you're done with it, take it, collapse it, throw it back in. Again, they're cheap and disposable, but like I said, it's nice. That takes up no room whatsoever in your pack. Throw 1 or 2 of them in there. They don't make a lot of noise. You don't hear that crushing around when they're in there. Just drop them in the bottom of your bag and leave them in there, and that way you know that regardless of what situation presents itself, and if you have to spend a night in the woods, you know that you have a way to be able to boil water. And then you can even take your other one. What I've done too is take the second one, blow it up. I'll use the first one to boil water in, and then even the second one, I'll cut the top of this off with my knife, and I'll pour my soup. I always carry a soup packet with me. I'll pour that soup right in there, and then you actually have good soup. And you know, if you carry a spork or something with you, but it's nice. You can actually use it for a soup container, anything you want. But like I said, crush them up, stick them in your pack. They don't take up any room at all. So there's kind of a nice little tip for you for when you're out in the woods to be able to purify water. A lot of people don't know that you can use a plastic bottle to do it. So, and then people have heard rumors that you could. Well, there's a right and a wrong way. If you leave that cap on, it will build up too much pressure and it will blow the sides of this out eventually, or you'll start getting pinholes in it and it will not work. Have to take the cap off. Put a string or a rope or something on it so that you can, you know, prevent it from tipping over, and so that you can pull it out of the fire when you're ready to. So there's another little tip for you, and we'll be back with some more videos soon. And thanks for listening. We'll talk to you in a bit. All right, bye.